哦，入埋呢個 top check，哇，勁啊！得啦，搞掂。誒，部 iPad
翻嚟呢度先。
你自己搞翻。
望一望個上面啲嘢，一望下點做啲嘢。
嗰個 final cut 圖先。
我懷疑頭先係突嘅，要重新 search 過嚟。得。喂，我未攞完，未攞嘅。嗱，如果陣間咧，佢哋去
係啊，你幫我睇下個
要睇 streaming 咧，你陣間入到去呢個畫面，撳一撳呢個位就見到 live stream 㗎啦。
做咩唔 subscribe 啊？
係啦，OK。點解唔 subscribe？你呢條位彈先得，得啦。密碼6個零，如果 subscribe 嘅，我照攞。
Thank you，唔該晒。喂，有某啲可能某啲位咧，會突然間俾你講下嘢。Suppose 真係有機會咁喎。嚇？我知啊，唔係好自然咯，好 spontaneous 啊，好 spontaneous 啊。啊，唔係我或者我唔特別講，我會特別 mention 你呢個人嗰種特別性啦。你係一個唔係我哋嘅學生，幫咗1年之後，咁我會講，我佢又會講埋啲片，去到講啲片嘅時候咧，製作咗片之後出嘅時候，我再介紹你。嚇。
而家有冇時間啊？報幾張相。
好啊好啊，你想我做咩？
我想你個畫面轉得到你後邊嘅 background 唔同，但都影到你噶嘛？可以。
係點樣？而家咪影到你咁樣影？
即係個 background 嗱，因為你 suppose 個 video 係可以影到你，加你嘅 background 係係第二隻 background 係咪啊？即係因為你揭呢個係
佢而家轉咗位，所以佢要褪㗎啦。
我要褪位先得。
係啊，因為個 chroma key 喺呢度啊嘛，個綠幕。
同埋佢呢個唔係攞嚟做 key 嘅。
係啊，因為我哋原本個設計
呢個 set 唔係。
係啊，如果你要做 key 型，佢就要成張台做。
唔係，我冇問題嘅，即係想話嗰件事係 suppose 係播翻睇得到個畫面同你嘅半邊畫面唔同，咁樣先至顯現得到做緊乜嘢嘢啊嘛度。
因為我而家唔係做緊一個拍呢度嘅嘢啊嘛，
嚇
嚇。我係而家做緊嘅就係一個呢個 corner 咧係 for 一個 e-lecture 嘅 recording。你行緊嚟 OK。我諗我哋做唔到啦，佢嚟緊啦，到啦。
我不如扮兩張啦，就咁揸住部機，高住部機，我哋整影兩張得。
需唔需要學生？
要有個學生揸住控制部機咁扮。
阿 Janice 或者係阿 Sandy 試下一個。
喂。
扮揸住部機。
好，冇問題嘅，你入得嚟㗎啦。好，拜拜。好啦，佢行緊嚟啦，到啦。
你望住你應該係望住佢個機定係 suppose 會係？
我咪繼續咁啦。
咁好啊，好啊。好。如果望住佢啦。
OK。
當望住部相機。
OK。
係啦。
OK， they are coming. OK。
唔該晒。
Hi. Hello. Good morning. Sorry for the space, but this real life. So, do we still have other reporters coming in or what? So what about KP and Julia? Are they coming also, or we have to wait for them or what? Please. I can start informally and wait for them
Yes.
formally. Okay. So
Yes.
there are still 2 or 3 guests coming up, right?
I think I will give a call to you.
Okay, okay,
Julie, and
okay,
then you
okay.
can just
Okay, okay.
Give it
So I
a
just
shot
give a
and
very
then
brief
start.
introduction of the place here first. Of course, I may try to read a little bit once the other 2 guests also in the setting. Actually, now we have the brochure. A couple of them. Okay, thank you. So actually, we are now in CSD. CSD is what we call the cave cum studio device, and there's a very simple brochure for you guys to go through afterwards. So this I time to share this one first. Okay, so actually, I think the entire trip of today is to understand about the learning and teaching aspects of what you do. What I say as L&T, okay, learning and teaching. So this is the first spot that you arrive here, and this is what we call the CSD. There's a cave cum studio device. I think that there's a kind of brief introduction of this place from the brochure. But once all the guests arrive, I'll try to use about half an hour to demonstrate what we are doing here before we move to another spot. Okay. So I think the entire issue is talking about how we make use of multimedia, different kinds of equipment or different kinds of e-softwares or e-platforms to try to get technology into education or let education work well with technology. So this is one of our main goals. But of course, we would say that, well, come on, this has always been the case. But when we try to make this kind of move, we're talking about how we come over all the 3 years of pandemics and what we learned from the pandemic and how we move forward and try to work on something. Oh, okay, so all are here already, right? So are they all in or what? Hi.
Hello, Rodney. How are you?
Yes,
How is
fine.
everybody? Hello, hello.
Because I
Good
was
morning.
just trying to have an informal start. So I'm not sure whether we can start officially or we still
I
have to wait.
think I'm not sure. Edmund, do we need to wait for anybody else, please? So are you going to start or no, we can start, right? Yeah, maybe we
Okay.
can start.
So the other 2 guests also?
Yeah. Can I just say a few words then, maybe?
Oh, sure.
All right, thank you very much, Rodney. Thank you. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Hong Kong Polytechnic University. I am Julia Chen. I'm the director of the Educational Development Center here at the Hong Kong Polytechnic University, and we are very glad to be hosting you this morning. And again, for many of you, this evening, when you come back for the reception this evening, right? And I'd like to thank our colleagues right outside. Edmund in particular from our CPA. Thank you very much because Edmund has worked so hard for this meet this morning. So thank you very much. And again, thank you very much for everybody for coming here. Of course, I have to introduce our very good friend, Dr. Rodney Ju and his team. I think you have your students here
Yes,
and your colleagues here
Yes,
as well. Dr. Rodney Ju is the chair of the Departmental Learning and Teaching Committee in his department, and his department is called the Department of Applied Social Sciences. Is that right? Right. And Dr. Ju, being the chair of the Departmental Learning and Teaching Committee, and being a very experienced teacher in PolyU, has been trying out different things. And that is why the first stop for you this morning is his lab. Okay? In particular, Dr. Ju has been trying out immersive technologies, and he has done a lot of things with students, which is a very bright shining point. It's not just the teachers doing the work, the students were highly involved, right? And we do a lot of student-staff partnership.
Yes.
Yeah. So without further ado, I'll pass the time to Rodney, and
sure.
thank you very much. And once again, a warm welcome to everybody.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So I at once turn the informal start into a formal start now. So actually, the CSD, it stands for Cave Cum Studio Device. We are now in the studio, okay, and then we move the room next, which is the cave. And after the cave, we'll move together to another area of the university where you'll see the hive. Actually, that area is managed by Industrial Center, IC, okay? And there will be staff over there to try to introduce you some of the equipments there. And then we'll go from the 4th floor and down to the hive area, and you'll see me again over there and to demonstrate you other things. So as what Julia has been saying just now, for this for this spot, Actually, for all the so-called involvements that we have been doing in APSS on various projects, we try to involve as many students as possible in our process of making stuff, because we believe that, to be honest, in nowadays we have to work and work with students together, because students have a lot of experience or in their own life, and I have been always thinking of two different terms. One is what we are talking about, digital migrants, and the other term is digital natives. So I would, for example, like me, I'm too old to call myself a digital native. So for me, anything I learn about the digital world, about multimedia, about all kinds of stuff, I have to be learning all of this in a very old age manner. But for guys like these students, they are born into the so-called cyber world, and they have different kind of aspects of knowledge whatsoever. So maybe we as teacher can try to educate them in some of the so-called disciplines, knowledge whatsoever. But in terms of trying to make use of contemporary life, or how to mix real life with education life, we don't want to separate them as into two different entities. But if we can make education into the real life of the students, or vice versa, this can, in one way or the other, may raise the interest of students in trying to go into different curriculum and subjects. So please understand that when I'm talking about my student, I'm not talking about the students from my own department. For example, this beautiful lady standing here, her name is Janice. She is not from APSS, which is my department. She is from OT, right? Occupational therapy. And why did she come across me? Because she tried to enroll one of my subjects last semester, and then during her own period of study of that subject, she experienced together with other students. There are some students in the room, and for example, these two students are from my department. So for other students that we are going to meet in the next room, they are also from other departments. So I mean, you can see that how they try to get something from the subjects, and eventually they are now becoming student helpers of my project, and we'll try to bring the ideas or try to co-create some ideas into a kind of modified or revised version of the next run of the subject. So I hope that the kind of incubation happens along the subjects and also along different periods of time. So maybe, Janice, you just give a very brief introduction of the student first.
So this video was started in early 2023 and it has been used for around 8 months. Here you have like teachers and students can use the equipment here to have some co-creative authentic production for educational purposes. And by using these equipment, you can have some video recording and video editing in this studio, and events were also held like as shown in the brochure. You can see that some events like live streaming and some shooting was done here, written here.
Okay, so actually, I just try to introduce this setting first. What you are now seeing is what we are now trying to do, some kind of so-called e-lecture recording. So actually, I'm now being recorded, actually. And if I try to press different buttons in here, in this monitor, then I will be, you won't see here, but if you don't mind, you can move to this area, you can see that. For example, if I try to write something here in a lecture, it's all recorded in a computer, and then whenever the students try to read this lecture in any time, anywhere, then they can enjoy what I'm trying to tell them in this recording section. So actually, for example, I press about 1, 2, and 3. All this kind of pressing will shift the kind of environment. For example, 1 is talking about shooting myself, and 2,
This is the effect.
yes, and 2, for example, this is the 3 setting, where for example, I write on it, and now this is 1, and if I press 2, this is 2. So you can see that. Now, if I try to move the cursor, and I try to change my cursors into different kind of settings, and this is what I've prepared in a kind of presentation style software first, and then I record it accordingly, and then shift to different entities or different platforms, and try to let students know what I'm going to talk about with them. So this is one point, and if you go into here, I would like to go into the mode where I can choose the, okay. So the whole point is when I'm taking all this kind of capture, it will let the students know about different kinds of settings I would like to ask them to go into. And there are two more issues I would like to show you here. One is, for example, this is the kind of platform that we have introduced for our department. And this teaching and learning platform is talking about we capture all the learning and teaching projects done by staff related with curriculum design, related with education research, and then from different kinds of project elaboration from the website, then you will know what they are doing. For example, this is one of our staff trying to tell audience what her project is about. And this capture is done in this room. So if I broadcast, I hope it is not advertisement now. Now you can see what is being captured here is what's being done here. So this is the title, and then
Everyone,
this is the
I want to tell you about a teaching and learning project that I was involved in. It was to evaluate the use of portfolios as a capstone project for social work
and
students.
so the staff
is a
was
capstone
recording the
project?
message here,
Well, it's a
and
common
then with
pedagogic
some
approach
kind
at
of
the end the
voiceover,
curriculum.
then
It's
we'll
used
do
in a
all this
variety
kind
of
of
professions
elaboration
and
of the projects.
disciplines, and it
So this
facilitates
is one way of
integration.
showing how we
For
make use
example,
of
learning
this
from year one
studio
to year
to
four.
do something
It
on
helps
LNT
students to demonstrate the
devices.
professional
And of course,
context.
in
It
this
gives a sense of closure
whole
and coherence to students
production
to
process, we
prepare for
involve the
entry-level
student
practice.
helpers
There's no
from
specific format
our
for
departments or from our
capstone
departments
projects.
to
They
try
can
to
be
do all this kind of
research
elaboration.
reports,
So,
creative artworks and performances,
Sandy, do you have
literature
anything
reviews,
that you can share with them?
case analysis, multimedia presentations, and practicums and internships. But in social work, we know that the signature pedagogy are field practicums. However, portfolios offer another way, a classroom-based pedagogic tool of assessing student learning.
Showcase our
So what was the
profession in
format
the
of our
case, and we
capstone
added
project?
and
Social work
produced
portfolios, we
production
used
here
these.
because we
They had
have,
3 sections
some,
where students reflected
like,
and wrote 1,000
Poly
words
is
within
very
each
nice
section,
and bought us a
and
lot
included
of professional
artifacts,
devices
which
to
connect
edit the
the
videos
reflections
because
to the
some
program
of us may
curriculum.
not be able to
Section
do it
1
at
was
home,
exploring the
right?
integration of
Because
theory
some
and
are
practice.
too professional,
What
right?
knowledge base do
So,
students draw from
you
to inform their
maybe-
practice?
Yeah, I'll
Section 2
show them
was focused
at
on
once.
personal and
And
professional integration.
Whatever,
So how
and
do
one
students'
another point I would
lived
like to show is about this
experiences,
website.
identities, and
This is the
core
CSD
values
website. This is
incorporate
talking
into
about
professional
this
practice.
CSD, and
Section
you can
3
get
was
the
future
social
direction.
website address from
How
the
can
QR
students
code
continue to
in
develop
your pamphlet,
knowledge,
and then you can
skills, and
always
experience
go
to be
into
an
that and
effective
see what
social
you have
worker?
prepared for that.
After all,
And
learning doesn't stop.
To
after
let you know
graduation.
about,
So this
to have the
portfolio
first
was
impression
developed
of
over a
what
course
is
of a
meant by
semester,
Cave and Hive,
13 weeks,
let's go for a
and is
video.
worth 70% of the final grade of the subject. There are 6 lectures and 7 tutorials. These tutorials were in small groups of 6 to 8
Please stop for me. So you can see that this is just a very brief capture of what we have been doing here. and we'll be moving to the cave next door so that you will know what is meant by cave before you are
幫
going
到
to
人嗰陣時，自己覺得好
Before we are going
開心，
to the
啲
high.
人要幫到我，
Okay,
我
so-
又好開心。我叫阿霞咯，我幾多歲？78歲啊，唔係68，1954年嘅。嚇，
Okay. So let's move to the cave next door, and then we'll see things that you may not have experienced before. Just some stuff.
Stop streaming. Streaming.